Hey everybody, I'm Justin Bohn.
I'm Mike Val.
And this is Live with the PWBA Draft with special guest Mike Flanagan, only inside the Bohn and Zano zone. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast. We have a very exciting episode as we go live with the PWBA Draft. Mike, can you hear me? All right, we will have Mike come on in a few minutes, but before we get started about the PWBA Draft, I want to talk about the new series that they are introducing, the King of the Lanes. The PBA is doing an event with bringing back the King of Bowling, Wes Malott, to defend the crown as the first king. PBA stars have earned a spot in the PBA Tour Finals as top PBA earners over the past two seasons. Anthony Simonson, EJ Tackett, Bill O'Neill, Sean Rash, Jacob Buttriff, Chris Prather, and Kyle Troop are slated to compete. And PWBA stars Clara Guerrero and Jasmine Mason will be joined, along with PBA 50 stars Norm Duke, Walter A. Williams Jr., and Pete Weber. So that is going to be super, super exciting. I can't wait for bowling to come back. That will take place July 20th from 8 to 10, July 21st from 7 to 9, and Wednesday, July 22nd from 8 to 10 as well. So I am looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time, and I'm just looking forward to seeing bowling back on TV. So we do want to remind you guys that we are doing a giveaway for a free t-shirt from InsideBowling.com. Any t-shirt you want, you got it from InsideBowling.com. So all you got to do, share this post, tag two friends, and comment which PWBA superstar you want to see this year in the PBA League. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a good time. And, I mean, bowling's coming back slowly but surely, and I just can't be any more excited. So I'm going to, as I wait for Mike here, I'm going to list off the players who are eligible for the draft today, going in point order. The point leader so far from last year was Shannon O'Keefe. Number 2, Danielle McEwen. Number 3, Dasha Kovalova. Number 4, Liz Johnson. Number 5, Clara Guerrero. And so on down the list. Jordan Richard, Missy Parkin, Liz Culkin, Stephanie Johnson, Maria Jose Rodriguez rounding out the top 10. Brianna Cote, Shannon Pluhowski, Cherry Tan, Josie Barnes, Tanya Ruimper, Birgit Poplar, Diana Zavialova, Valerie Bercier, Kelly Kulik, and Sydney Brummett rounding out the top 20. In the 21st position, Verity Crawley, Giselle Post, Sandra Gongora, Shanna Ng, Julia Bond, Aaron McCarthy, Rocio Restrepo, Ashley Galante, Jen Higgins, Jasmine Mason, rounding out the top 30. And the last 5, Lindsay Boomershine, Daria Payak, Jody Westner, Caitlin Simpson, and Daphne Tan. So it's going to be a great time. My partner, Mike Val, is a little having some internet issues, as those of you who have been following us, a Randy problem. So I think we are going to bring in our special guest, Mr. Mike Flanagan, the man behind InsideBowling.com. Mike, I'm going to bring you on if you can hear me, and let's get to it. Mike, how are you?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool.
All right. So Mike had a little bit of a internet issue. He will be back in a few minutes, but
Oh, okay.
I'm looking really forward to today. It's going to be a good time with this draft.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, for sure.
So, do you know who has the first pick in the draft? Was that announced?
No, there's a coin flip that's happening on Flow Bowling.
Oh, okay.
That's how we determine that one.
Okay. So, his internet is back, so I'm going to bring him on. Mike, you're back?
I'm back. Hello, guys. How are you? Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Well, we had some internet problems. I think it's almost time I got to get a new laptop, Justin. I think this Apple's starting to go rotten, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the internet issues continue here, but
it is. What did I miss so far? Did I miss anything exciting?
No, I ran over or talked about the King of the Lane series and also listed off the draft list for the women who are eligible for it today.
So you didn't run off what happened to you this morning?
No. So a interesting story of what happened to me this morning. I have not been able to get my license yet. I turned 17 in the middle of April, and they just opened up the DMV, the MVC in New Jersey, to start doing road tests once again. And you go to the website, enter in your zip code, your license ID, and your social security number. Well, for whatever the reason, my social security number and license ID don't match up. So I've called the place about 18 times and still haven't gotten anywhere. So I went to the place this morning, as it was the first day that they were open actually in the building. And Dad said, we got to get there early because there's going to be a lot of people in line. I said, all right, no problem. So we got there about an hour before they opened. They open at 8 o'clock. So we got there 7, maybe 5 minutes after 7. I am not kidding you. There might have been 500 people in line waiting outside. Waiting outside at 7 a.m.
What was Parker's reaction when he saw the massive crowd there?
He said, we're coming back tomorrow.
So not even like attempting it, just we're going home.
Oh, no, because I said, I got a show at 3:30, and I have no idea if I'm going to make it back.
Yeah, you still would have been there.
Yeah, so we're gonna maybe sleep in the car tonight, go there, sleep in the car, and be up at 5 a.m., and someone's probably going to wait outside, and, well, hopefully get my road test scheduled.
Well, we hope so, Justin. You deserve your driver's license.
Yeah, so Mike, tell us a little bit about you for the people that don't know. What do you do at InsideBowling.com?
We do a little bit of everything. We work with brands in bowling, and we help them with their marketing. We also sell merch on our website. We also have a YouTube channel we've been pretty committed to recently with Mike Shady doing coaching videos. And we also stream bowling tournaments from time to time. A lot of people think of me as that. For the longest time, it was like, oh, hey, it's a streaming guy. And it was, oh, hey, it's a social media guy. Oh, hey, it's the marketing guy. And right now, people think of me as the T-shirt guy. And then now kind of people think of me as, oh, it's the guy that absolutely offers talks to Mike at the beginning, at the end for a little bit. So, we're just doing a little bit of everything. With the pandemic going on, we've got kind of a large team here. I've got a team of about 10 people that all work on these accounts. We've got graphic artists, we've got filmmakers, we've got animators, social media account managers, store managers. I mean, we've got a lot of different people that work within our team, and we're all independent contractors working together to try to do cool things in bowling. As a matter of fact, I'm at South Point today. We're at South Point this entire week, and we're filming our next set of videos. And you may see some other faces behind us. We're actually expanding the group from just Shady, and we've added some other people. And we're going to be coming out with a product that'll be happening late July, early August, that I think bowling enthusiasts, fans, people that take the game serious and want to have inside information about bowling will be really excited about. So instead of just sitting at home waiting for the next call on the next client, or when a tour is going to start up, or different things that are happening, I've been able to put together a group of people that I value very much to form something new that we can do and control ourselves. So really looking forward to that.
Good stuff, man. That's what the game needs, stuff like that, Justin. The game needs people like Flanagan and his services and whatnot. Mike, if you ever need a sales guy, give me a holler. Always looking for a new adventure here.
You got it.
And if you need a video guy or editor or anything on the stream, let me know.
No problem. I'm looking up the PBA league eligible list here. So that's what I'm doing here. I wasn't prepared for this show today. So if you see me messing around on my phone, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So let's touch on that. So there's 35 women on the board basically, and in the talent pool, you want to call it that, right? So who's the number one pick?
Ooh, this is honestly, I personally do think that it's going to be who wins the coin toss.
That's right.
I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 girls that could go first. Honestly,
absolutely.
I've got it down to 3.
Yeah, I mean, Shannon's is going to go very early.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle McEwen's going to go very early. Liz Johnson's up there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think that if Bob Learn gets that first, wins the coin toss, I wouldn't be surprised if Dasha went first. Dasha Kovalova.
That's an interesting one, Justin.
That's my outside of the box pick for the first pick.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
I think it's Shannon, Danielle, or Liz Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Mike.
First pick. I think those are the first 3 picks off the board.
Oh yeah. No.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you guys on this one.
Oh boy.
So if you look at the list, right? So you've got O'Keefe is number 1 in points. Danielle, Dasha, Liz Johnson, Clara Guerrero, Jordan Richard, Missy Parkin, Liz Culkin, Stephanie Johnson, Maria Jose Rodriguez, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you guys, how many people get drafted that are outside of the top 10 in points?
Ooh.
And I'm gonna set the over under at 1.5. Would you take the over or the under in that?
Over, no doubt.
Absolutely. And there's one name right on the Kelly Kulik. There's one right there.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll give you a second question then.
Okay.
How many players, if I set the over-under at 1.5, get picked that are below 16th in points? And that list would be Diana Z, Valerie Bercier, Kelly Kulik, Sid Brummett, Verity Crawley, Giselle, Sandra. I'm not counting Singapore people because I just assume that they're not going to be picked because of travel issues, but obviously that they're good enough to be. Julia Bond, Aaron McCarthy, Rocio, Ashley Galante, Jen Higgins, Gigi Mason, another sleeper pick. Lindsay Boomershine, Daria, another sleeper pick.
Yep.
Jody Wessner, Caitlin Simpson, Daphne Tan. So how many people below 16th, 17th through 35th? If I set the over at 1.5, how many would get picked? Would you take the over or the under?
Over.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
So Kulik and somebody else?
Yeah. I mean, when you look at this list, it is absolutely amazing how many girls are less than 5 years out of college.
Mm-hmm.
And the other half are practically coaching a college team. So, I mean, there is definitely a lot of college team bowling on this list when you look at it. I mean, Shannon coaches a college team. Danielle was a part of a college team. Dasha is less than 5 years out of Wichita. Liz Johnson is just Liz Johnson. Clara bowled for college. Jordan bowled for a college. I mean, you go down this list, I mean, there's like 3 people maybe that didn't bowl for college.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all of these girls have team experience. It's just a matter of which ones get picked.
And that's the unfortunate part. When we had Tim Mack on with our contest a couple weeks ago, he's all for it, but he's also against it, hoping or saying that he was hoping there were more teams available. And, I hope that maybe next year they have 6 teams or 8 women's teams, because there's so many talented women that are just going to be left out this year. I mean, how would you just take 10 out of that list? It's so hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard.
Well, here's the question I have about it too, guys, is normally the PBA league participates in the summertime.
Yeah.
PWBA is in the summertime. So what's the future of the PBA league in general? Is it being moved to the winter months? How is that going to affect any women that get picked that are collegiate coaches, which there are more than one?
Yeah, there's a couple.
So when are you going to schedule the PBA league going forward to where it doesn't conflict with the PWBA tour and doesn't conflict with the collegiate season?
Well, Mike, I don't know if you've heard what we've said. So, Justin, I want to tell Mike the idea that we've had, that we've been talking about for a couple months now.
Yeah, we've said multiple times about getting a PWBA team or even a PWBA league itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then having, like, say, the winners bowl in like a battle of the
a battle of the tours, basically.
Yeah.
Well, we've said this, Flanagan, for a while, is we wanted to have the PBA league separate, have, let's just say, 6 teams from the PWBA, and then we've even said, well, let's expand it further and have a couple teams from the PBA 50 tour all compete separately, and then have the winning team of each league have like a shootout, basically, like a battle of the tours. So maybe the women could have their own thing, like the end of their tour season, the seniors the end of their tour season, and then the guys have the league. And it's more press for bowling, more buzz for the sport.
Yeah. How are you going to fund it, though?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
How are you going to fund that?
Great idea, but it's a little bit above our pay rate. That's where Mr. Clark would get involved.
Well, do you think the PWBA tour makes money?
No.
No, it probably goes all back to the bowlers.
It has to.
So that's not a winning proposition. It's a marketing tool for the USBC is the way that I see it. If I do my own math at home, I have no inside information, but if you just put it together, it's a coming together of BPAA and USBC, basically saying we're going to spend marketing dollars to support this tour. When people see it on TV, they may go bowling, and it's a way to spend marketing dollars. So the PWBA tour is not a profitable enterprise. It's funded by a lot of people in the industry to help keep it going, but it's not something that you would want to start and say we're going to get rich off this thing by any means. So if you want to add a PWBA league, how do you do that, and how do you fund it, and how do you get enough sponsors to support it? That's the issue. So all that stuff sounds great, but then when you start trying to put a pen to a paper and how to figure it out, it's not easy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's, again, Justin, that's above our pay rate. We just have the ideas for these things. They sound good.
We like to talk about ideas that maybe things can happen in the future down the road.
Yeah, it'd be like me sitting here on your show, though, and saying, you know what? I got a great idea for you guys. Why don't you guys start your own tour and put it on MTV? And why don't you pay $1 million first place?
That sounds like the Reno Open that Big Ernie McCracken won many years ago. The Reno Open for $1 million.
So anyway, you guys go do that, okay? Great idea.
Yeah, and you can make the T-shirts for all the competitors.
Put the T-shirt guy cap on.
Yeah, exactly. But, it would be a great, even if it was like some kind of like a I would say like a charity event or something. It would be good to see like a winning team from the league have a women's team, and even the seniors. Even if the PBA did it with the PBA 50 tour, I mean, how many great guys off the 50 tour could bowl in like a league style format? Have like 4 teams of 5. Like, look at all the guys in the PBA 50 tour. You just have legend after legend after legend. And even without that, how many guys that are on the 50 tour that aren't in the Hall of Fame that are phenomenal players, like a Lenny Borsch, that's not a PBA Hall of Famer, or a Mike Diaz. You know what I mean? There's so many guys that people don't really know or too familiar with because they're not in the PBA Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's what you do, right? You write a letter to Chad Murphy and you say, hey, you know what? We want all these different people to compete. PBA 50, women, everybody else like that. Amateurs too. How about Adam Barta, right? Or just different amateur bowlers just to pick one, right? Mike Rose Jr., whoever, right? Gotchel, whatever. So let's bring back the World Team Challenges. How about that? And then everybody can just fill out their teams. And if they want to put a whole women's team, a whole PBA 50 team in there, just have World Team Challenges.
You know what? That would be great. But again, they've never fly anymore. It's a different era than it was 20 years ago, or 25 years ago when the team challenges were thriving. It is.
Yeah, there is a thought though that just with marketing and stuff that people over a course of time, every 20 years everything regurgitates and it comes back. We're seeing it with like movies and stuff and remakes and retro releases of bowling balls, but beyond bowling balls, other things in life in general. So maybe when did the World Team Challenges end? Was it 20 years ago yet? Probably right around 20 years.
Probably, give or take a couple. Yeah.
So, and the way that works is basically what happens is people that loved something when they were younger or in the heydays or the glory days of their life when they didn't have aches and pains every time they moved and they were able to have the good times and stay up late and all those sorts of things. 20 years later, they have kids that are 20 years old and they're like, hey, kid, what are you going to do? And well, I watched Transformers when I was a kid, so now you can watch Transformers, right? So maybe these adults that had kids that are bowlers say, man, when we were younger, we had World Team Challenges. I wish you could participate, something like that. And then they bring it back. And then they're like get encouraged by their parents to go bowl World Team Challenges. So anyway, Just crazy thoughts there.
I like it, Justin.
Yeah, we like to discuss crazy ideas on this show.
You got a better chance of getting some sort of team event going, I think, than you do of having 2 professional sports leagues double down on league bowling with no funding. But hey, that's just my thoughts.
Well, we have a better chance of getting that triples match. There's a triples match that's going to happen at Junior Gold, I guess, next year, right,
Yeah.
Justin?
We've discussed doing a family trios match between me, my dad, and my brother, right? So like a PBA or PWBA superstar and either siblings or kids. So like Danielle McEwen is obviously a PWBA superstar and has 2 little siblings, Nick Verano and Victoria Verano, who can hold their own name. And then Wes Malott, PBA superstar, has 2 kids, Jordan and Camden, who can also hold their own names. So it's like do like a 3-on-3-on-3 trios match and try and raise a bunch of money for Bowl for Life.
Sounds good.
It's an idea we want to make happen, obviously, sometime down the road when we're all in the same place.
So can I ask, we're covering this draft here today, right?
Yes.
That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
You guys got your Flow Bowling up here?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just got my monitor right next to me.
Yeah, I don't have that set up here mobile on the road, so I'm using my phone.
Oh, that's all right. Well, we'll make it work somehow.
Yeah, I got it right next to me. We're gonna basically talk as it goes on, not share the screen because obviously that's copyright issues. But we'll have it playing right next to us. We'll see what happens, and obviously make the most of it.
Now, Justin, I'm not familiar with this. Are they doing it the same way that the league draft was, where once a person is selected, they will be going right to them afterwards?
Yes,
they will be. Okay.
Yeah. So we've actually contacted a few of the women that are on the list, and both coaches, and the coaches have said that they will come on after the draft, and some players have said that they will come on at some point if they get selected. So it's going to be a good time for those of you who watched our last one with the PBA draft. We're going to do basically the same thing.
Yeah, we have a list of celebrities that will be joining us today.
Yep.
And you never know who's going to pop in. Then maybe will give us a couple minutes. Who's watching?
Yeah. So we've got that list off screen, and we will bring some people on in the future.
We will, and we can just talk here and speculate who's going to get picked here and all this good stuff. But it's a shame that there's only 10 people getting picked today. It really is.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing for sure, I'm glad that it's even happening. So I'm glad that the women now have league teams to bowl on, and I think it's going to be really, really good for our sport.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully it grows for next year. Maybe get 2 more teams for next year, whatever it is.
Guys, I'm excited about this too, but isn't it a little bizarre that 2 expansion teams were named and they haven't even competed yet, and now we have 2 more expansion teams? So like, are we going to be in like a month and a half and it's going to be like, oh, hey, by the way, got 2 more expansion teams. And then a month and a half later, hey, by the way, we got 2 more expansion teams. Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like that's an interesting thought, I think,
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it, you're at 12 right now. If there's 2 more of these, we could make it to 16 and have a really, really big league. What do you think about it?
Did they give a date yet of an anticipated relaunch or an idea of when this is going to be getting off the ground? Or we're still kind of in limbo with that?
I've not seen anything yet because obviously nobody knows what could happen tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that they are planning to do it sometime before the end of this year. But I don't know if they've got anything set in stone, like the fall, I think is what they've talked about, or the winter.
And it'll still be up in Bayside, right? This will still be up in Bayside.
Yeah, that atmosphere is just unlike no other.
Do you see this comment from Stanley Osmonsky? He's asking about still waiting on the Mike Flanagan, Jeff Goodger collaboration on the history of National Bowling League, and then he said also still waiting on my T-shirt royalties. Stanley, hit me up, man. I don't know what that's about. I get a lot of emails about T-shirt ideas. So if we made one that you said, I'll send you a free T-shirt. Just send me the timestamp of the documentation of where you suggested the shirt and we came out with it. All right.
I mean, this guy's the best, isn't he, Justin? Look at him. I mean,
Yeah.
what? God, aces.
He makes things happen.
He makes more things happen than we do.
Yeah. All right. So before this draft gets underway, I do want to share the draft board.
Yes, we do have the board
made up for the show today.
Oh, this is great.
So that's what we're going to do for today, and it's going to be a good time.
So when we were talking about this, you guys said that, over two outside of the top 10. So who are the people that aren't going to get drafted that are inside the top 10, right? Like, in my opinion, Shannon O'Keefe for sure, Danielle McEwen for sure, Dasha for sure, Liz Johnson for sure, Jordan Richard for sure, Liz Culkin for sure, Stephanie Johnson for sure. Those are my for sure's. And that's no disrespect to Clara Guerrero, Missy Parkin, Maria Jose Rodriguez.
I don't see Missy Parkin getting picked today, Mike. That's my opinion. That's one that I'm going to give you right there. I think she's in that right outside the number, if I'm not mistaken.
Missy's 7th on the list.
Yeah, I unfortunately I don't. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong, but that's one where I could see Kelly Kulick will grab that spot right there. I agree with everyone you've said up to that point. But you got to put Kelly on there. Have to put Kelly on a team. Have to.
I got one pick that I think deserves to get picked here today. When you look over the folks that have won on tour, right? You look at career PWBA titles. I think there's one person that's being overlooked by anybody that I've seen talking about this, and I think it's Josie Barnes.
Okay,
she has 3 PWBA titles. I think she's won like 3 years in a row, if I remember correctly. Team USA experience, collegiate experience, a collegiate coach. She knows what it's like to thrive in a team environment. And I just kind of feel like when you look at Josie Barnes and how many titles she has compared to the people that are below her, besides Kelly Kulick, she's got titles. And you look at somebody like Jordan Richard, who's like a shoe-in for me to get picked because of her talent. She has one title.
Right.
And Josie Barnes has more titles than Clara Guerrero, Missy Parkin, Shannon Plahowski. So if you make the case for total number of tour titles, Josie Barnes should get picked.
True. That's a very good point. Shannon Plahowski is another one that's a sleeper. She really hasn't been mentioned a lot in the past couple of years, but Shannon is a phenomenal player. And the left plays pretty good up in Bayside Bowl, as we've seen through the years.
Yeah, I think there's got to be at least one lefty on each team. Personally, I think that she's up there with a lefty that's going to go. And I know that we've talked about the Team Singapore ladies not being able to get picked, obviously because of travel restrictions. But Cherry Tan's been a pretty dominant force over the past few years, and her being left-handed, I wouldn't be surprised. I think she's another behind-the-scenes name too that should get picked.
There's really not many. Are they going to pick Singapore people though?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting either way.
And can they get here?
Yeah, that's
international travel suspended, isn't it?
Right now.
Yeah.
I mean, because I could make a case to draft all the Singapore girls on the same team. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what they do for a living. It's bowl together.
Yeah.
Right.
Callahan here says Rocio, PWBA champion, won gold medal in World Championships team event. She's a multiple-time PWBA champion, right? She just doesn't have one title, right?
Yeah, she has a couple. Good to see Jim. Hope all is well with Jim. He was on our show months ago, and we like Callahan, right, Justin?
Yeah. We had him on, and it was a good time, and a lot of stories were told.
Yeah, we love Jim.
Just Jim.
Jim is always welcome back on our show, Justin.
Yes.
So when does this show start? I'm firing up my Flow Bowling again here.
I got it started right now. They're playing.
Yeah.
Their little hype intro they got, and I'm sure that they're going to talk for probably about 15 minutes about the PBA League this year and how things are going to work and the expansion teams, and we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, so we got a couple more minutes to kill here. And we could do an open forum here with anybody have any questions. We can type it in the chat log. Or Mike, have you watched any of our shows recently? You seen what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks, or familiar what we've been done the past 2 weeks?
Guys, you want me to lie or you want me to be honest?
You can do one of each.
Guys, I've been so busy. I'm not watching any of these internet shows. I did watch like 3 of your shows early on, just to see what it was all about, and I kind of gave my seal of approval stamp. And I was like, okay, these guys know what they're doing, and it's just going to be good content. I'm out of here, right?
Thank you, buddy.
That's kind of my take on it.
So we did, what was it, about 2 weeks we did it, Justin, the contest
Yeah.
we did?
We did a trivia contest.
The trivia contest here. And we had 4 contestants, like 4 listeners, and then we had 3 celebrities, if you want to call it that, right, Justin, on the celebrity side of the bracket.
Yeah.
And other celebrities were Timmy Mack faced off against Chuck Gardner. And then we had the winner of that going against Matt McNeil, who is just an encyclopedia of bowling. And then we had 4 contestants, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
And it definitely made them scratch their heads a lot with the questions that came out.
Oh yeah, it was. Mike, obviously, Val is the bowling guru. I mean, he's got so much useless bowling knowledge. I mean, like, it is ridiculous. Like, who are the 8 left-handers that have won the U.S. Open? Who could rally those off?
Well, McNeil gave you 6 of the 8.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Justin. How about we give a little giveaway right now? Answer one of my questions.
Okay.
Anybody in the chat can answer my question.
Okay.
Hey, you ready for it, Flanagan?
Yeah, let's go.
Who's the only person from the state of Delaware to win a PBA national title?
I got no idea, and I live right next to it.
We do live next to it. One person. That's one person from the state of Delaware that's won a PBA national title. Who is it?
When you say state of Delaware, were they born there, or like they were residing there when they won?
Born and residing there, lived there all of his life.
Delaware. Okay.
One bowler.
Hey, Shades. You know anybody from Delaware that's won on the PBA tour? Yeah. That goes for you too, Jazz, if you know who.
See, Justin, we start things here.
Yeah.
Mike Shady and Mike Jazz now don't know.
Well, the answer's already given to the chat. The answer is in.
He just said Don Johnson.
You got the last name right. Don Johnson's from Indiana.
Jim Johnson?
Jim Johnson.
Yeah, they just came up with it.
Yeah, Jim Johnson, not Jimmy Johnson, but Jimmy Johnson was Don's son. Jim Johnson Jr. from Delaware. And he unfortunately is no longer with us. But Jim Johnson Jr., the only bowler from the state of Delaware to ever win a PBA national title.
Cool. I'm watching this Flow Bowling. They're crystal clear here. If you're not subscribed to Flow Bowling, today would be a great day to subscribe.
Free plug right there.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, they're right now. Coley Edison's on with Lucas Wiseman talking, I believe, about the upcoming events that's going to go on the PBA tour.
All right. So let's get back. We're talking about the team challenges and whatnot. You ever bowl any of those team challenges, Mike? I know they're a big out to us, so let's hear them.
One. Bowled one.
And they were. I bowled a couple. They were a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Landmark Lanes, Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, the home of the True Value for years.
Yep, Brian Goebel, Norm Duke, highest losing score on television still to this day.
Yep, and Albee set the average record in that tournament a couple years after that. It's a shame that those tournaments folded up. They were a lot of fun and a lot of action. That's where Barnes made his living with that tournament for years before he went on tour. And Healy and Mika and all those guys.
Yeah, the question is, did Barnes make more money bowling the amateur tournaments or finishing second every week on the tour?
Wow.
That's the question.
Oof. Well, he did say when we had him on a couple months ago. What did he say, Justin? He won $60,000 in 2 days at the High Roller that one year.
Back-to-back sweepers at the High Roller,
and not counting the brackets and all the stuff he won. He won about $60,000 in 2 days. He said.
Yeah.
Chris did really well in the gimmick formats, Roll to Riches. He was all over that.
Yeah, I know some other guy who did pretty well in the Roll to Riches.
The guy who jumped the hurdle.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't hurt himself when he did that.
That's what I like to call it, is jumping the hurdle.
Coin flip's going on here, guys. Coin flip.
Phoenix has the first pick.
Phoenix has the first pick.
Yep.
So that's can you bring up our board?
Yeah.
So that'll be Kim.
Kearney has the first pick.
Well, then if that's the case, Justin and Mike, I think that I think the first pick is an obvious one. Then.
Yep.
I think it's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Okay, who's the obvious pick? Shannon?
I think it's Shannon. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Team USA connection, and Shannon's arguably the greatest, the best female bowler in the world right now. So I think they've
got all the girls up on the screen too. They said all the girls up on the screen.
Yeah, I saw it. That was pretty neat. They had all
Shannon's actually just right over there next to me. Actually, if you want to see, here's Brian, there's Farber, there's Shannon right there.
Oh wow, they're right there.
That's where all the good bowlers hang out there, Justin.
Yeah,
that's the good bowler screen there.
Yeah, just hanging out in Vegas.
Nice life, seriously. How hot is it out there? 105, 107. What is it out there today?
We won't be leaving the building for 4.5 days. So I couldn't tell you.
Temperature does not apply to Mike Flanagan this week.
It's 70 degrees everywhere in Vegas right now for me.
Yeah, we were supposed to be out there on the way or just getting there. And I mean, it was going to be a hot week. I was looking forward to it in Junior Gold, but I mean, obviously it got canceled, but it was going to be an exciting week.
Mike, what are the restrictions out there? I know Vegas opened up before, with like Atlantic City and the casinos here. Like, what are the restrictions out there?
Good question.
Like walking through the casino, I got to wear a mask like through the casinos and whatnot.
Yeah, you do. And when you walk through these like metal detector things, and they take your temperature.
Okay.
And you don't have to stop. Everybody just walks together as a group, and when you walk through, you get to see the temperature. So we were actually playing a game. Corey, our film guy, he had a 99.1. He was the highest of the whole group the first time we went through. And Shannon O'Keefe, after bowling and some videos, she had the highest the second time we went through at like 98.9.
And what's the number where they actually like flag you, where they say, "Hey, you"?
I don't know.
Go in?
Haven't found out yet. I thought about maybe sitting in a sauna or something for a little bit and then going through that thing and see what they say.
Are the buffets open, or are they?
You know what? I think the buffet. When Jazz now picked us up, he said that the buffet was still open, which was surprising. I've had Steak and Shake since I've been here. Oof. We had the Coronado Cafe last night, and then I had a pastrami sandwich for lunch from the Del Mar Deli.
In-N-Out Burger, is In-N-Out Burger still functioning?
I don't know. I haven't left the building. Yeah. I don't have a car here right now, and we stopped filming at 10 p.m. So it's 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day with 2 2-hour breaks. So you guys are lucky to have me.
It is our honor to have you, Mr. Flanagan. It is. Justin, we do get the biggest names in the industry to come on our show. You realize that? Yeah,
I mean, it's
what we do.
Yeah. We make things happen here.
We want to be like you, Mike. Like, you know, the Michael Jordan song, "Want to Be Like Mike." They don't want to be like me. We want to be like this Mike. We don't want to be like me. We want to be like Mike Flanagan. That's what we want to aspire to be.
Well, if you like ramen noodles, you right at home here.
Ramen noodles are good. The Code Red, good ball too. I like the old original Code Red. That was a good ball.
Oh,
see, Justin, I got some brownie points there.
Yeah, he did his homework.
I did do my homework, and he did for anybody who doesn't know this, Mike Flanagan on his show maybe 2-3 weeks ago. He did it. Was the all-time greatest bowling ball draft. That was pretty cool. He had a bunch of celebrities on there. Was that 5, 6? Was that like 6 guys on there? 6, 8 guys on there?
8 guys, and that was a crazy panel too.
Oh my God!
I mean, having Clark and Murphy, and then you had a couple of PBA guys with Machuga and Wiseman,
Larry
Lickstein. Oh my God!
And they have Brian O'Keefe is on there. Yep.
Yep. Bowling ball collectors as well. You know, that have some of the biggest collections. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Justin, if you had to pick, what would your all-time favorite be? You're a little younger than we are, so what would your all-time favorite sphere be?
Like my personal favorite, or like the best ball that I've seen like ever gone down the lane?
How about both?
Okay. Well, I mean, probably all time. I mean, the Purple Rhino Pro. I felt like Dad used on every show he made.
All right. Did that make your list, Mike?
No.
The Teal Rhino Pro made your list.
Teal and the purple went back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Either one of those two. The Attitude 3 was a good one.
The bowling ball.
The Green Tracer was another one.
They're vlogging over here, by the way.
Oh, that's all Justin. Justin loves the vlog.
Oh yeah, love it.
There we go.
Loves the vlog.
Now notice how we're all wearing polo shirts and Farber's got on just the white tee.
Looks like he just came from the gym.
He wore a suit off the plane, though. He did. He wore a suit to this thing yesterday.
So we're getting questions here or mentioning that the holiday doubles. Is the holiday doubles still on the calendar for this year, Mike?
It's still on the calendar at this point. No reason to cancel right now.
And for those who don't know what the holiday doubles is, why don't you give a little plug for your tournament there, Mr. Flanagan?
Yeah, it's a tournament in St. Louis every year on a house shot. It's a doubles tournament. It sells out in about 6 hours. And I think we take like 160-something teams every year at the St. Clair Bowl on the other side of the river. You should check it out. Inside Bowling is where you can find information about that. We start putting out stuff. Well, we really don't have to put stuff out. We don't make a flyer anymore because it just fills up. Facebook.com/holiday doubles. That'll get you there.
There you
get
go.
on the waiting list.
So Phoenix is now on the clock.
Okay. And
All right.
notice, Shannon, we got a light back there for Shannon. You see the light back there? So she's going to be lit the best on Flow Bowling if you're watching on Flow Bowling.
I got two of mine set right behind me.
I've got no light, guys. All the lights go to Shannon today.
Well, as it should always go to Shannon.
But my forehead isn't shining, so I'm pretty happy.
So, I mean, are we going to assume Shannon's the first pick? I mean,
I don't know. But if so, you're going to get to see her reaction back here. I wish if Farber wanted to get the best angle of this, it wouldn't be right there. It would be on the other side of the bleachers.
Yeah.
he's just being a little inconsiderate right now.
Hey, Farber, is that the best angle?
You know, it's
And
not the best angle. But if there's one thing that we know here, Mike, is that we're constantly learning and improving here.
Is the mic on?
Yes. Actually, I interviewed Brian and didn't even have a mic, so we went and got the mic.
Okay.
Now we have the mic. It's on. Mine's 10 decibels. And can we get back to what it's about time to get back to the important.
Yeah, she's probably might be getting picked right now.
Did you ask him if he hit the record button?
No.
oh, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Let's see here.
Now they got 5 seconds on the clock for Phoenix, so we're waiting for the first pick here.
You're about 12 seconds ahead of me. You're watching on a computer.
Yeah,
I'm watching on a phone.
Oh,
I got my mom's laptop right next to me.
that's in the war room there, or in the studio, as we're going to call it now, right?
Yes, the studio.
The studio.
Shannon went number 1.
Shannon O'Keefe. No surprise. The number 1 pick in the draft.
I mean, back-to-back player of the years. Best bowler on tour right now.
Absolutely. Best female bowler on the planet, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Can't argue it.
No, there's no denying it. That is the best female bowler on the planet.
I wish I could pinch the screen and I could zoom in, but I'm on my laptop, so can't do that.
All right, so we have the first one.
And you guys have her on your show right now.
Well, she's kind of on our show.
Oh, she's on your show right now, guys.
Yeah, well, we've been trying to get her for, God, about 2 months now, right, Justin?
Yeah, Mike's been messaging back and forth trying to make things
To
happen.
get her and Stephanie to come on the show.
I'm going to give you guys a secret with Shannon. Give her like 30 minutes. She'll give you 30 great minutes. Just don't take an hour and a half.
No, we're pretty good.
Okay.
We're pretty good with timing, though. We can make that work.
Yeah, we like to make the time as to what our guests can have.
Absolutely. Except for Belmo. Belmo just kept going on and on when he talked to us.
Yeah, we had Belmo on a few weeks back, and we normally have about 10 questions lined up, and I'm not kidding you. We went for a 2-hour show, and it was just story after story after story.
Yeah. And then we brought Stewie Williams into it, and that just prolonged the event.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So who's number 2 now, guys?
I don't know.
Danielle McEwen.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Dash is up there too with Bob Lerman.
No.
That's what I think.
No, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to be the odd guy on this one.
Okay.
Now, Bob's the elder statesman here, right?
Okay. LJ.
Yep. Yeah. I definitely think that just, you know,
They're still interviewing this one right here.
that
Right
one.
there. Yeah.
In case you don't know, that's Shannon O'Keefe for those who can't figure out who that one is.
Or who just joined in.
So, Justin, you're thinking it's going to be Danielle or
Danielle or Dasha, I think.
I got Danielle here.
I don't. I'm going to be the odd guy. I think Liz Johnson is going to be the number 2 pick here. I really do.
Okay.
It's a double pick, so it really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, that is true. It snakes around.
Yeah.
So he might go Liz Johnson just to pay a little homage,
And then go to Danielle for number 3.
and then go to Danielle.
Yeah.
And then who comes in with the 4th pick from there?
I don't know.
Jordan Richard, and then it's followed up with Stephanie Johnson.
Yeah, there is so many good options on this
Yeah.
list that it's hard to even pick one, honestly.
Yeah.
It's very hard to pick just one.
It's very hard to pick just 2 teams on this for today.
She's pumped about this pick. Can you guys hear her at all?
Yeah, we
can hear her.
Woo!
You want me to interview her?
Well, if she wants to
Yeah.
hop on herself, she's more than welcome to.
Yeah, the door is always open.
I know. I
Let's
sent her that
let's
link.
see. I got these AirPods in though, so hold on. Let me see.
Just say if you want to hop on our show, she's more than welcome to.
Yeah, I mean that's a big spot right there for us, Justin.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if she's still on this call. Oh, she's probably texting with Kim now. That's what's going on. They're trying to figure out their strategy and who they're going to pick.
If strategy is a play here, Stephanie Johnson will be going to Phoenix.
I think Jordan Richard and Stephanie Johnson are the next 2 that Shannon will want to bowl with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, but
no, you're absolutely right. But Stephanie would definitely be the one if she was going to pull a string.
you guys go with this angle? You like having Shannon on the screen, or we got a lot going on here? We
have both O'Keefes.
We got America. We got Matt Farber.
Brian O'Keefe.
We got
Pick
Brian.
number 2 is in.
Shannon.
Oh, the pick is in.
Danielle McEwen.
Yep. Danielle McEwen. Okay.
That is no surprise.
And then go ahead, and then Justin, you think he's going to go Dasha here?
I think so. Yeah.
And Mike and I are in agreement that we're going with Liz Johnson here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then the next pick, in my opinion, is Jordan Richard
as number 4.
Yeah. And then Stephanie Johnson is number 5. Because Shannon's going to want to bowl with her, and they'd be afraid that Stephanie won't get to them coming back. And there's still a pool of amazing players left.
Now, here's a question. I know they were able to do this with the PBA League. Are there trades allowed in this draft or no?
Good question. I don't know.
Justin?
I don't know. I don't know if they've really made trades over the past few years. I don't know.
Just wondering. That's a good question.
Norm Duke made a trade one year.
Yeah.
I think that might be the only trade that I can remember.
By the way, it says that Phoenix is on the clock, so it doesn't look like they're going to snake it.
Oh.
Really?
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's what it says on Flow.
It does say that. What the hell?
I'm gonna put Phoenix is making their selection up, but We don't know, but let's
Pay
take a
attention to this, Justin, because I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Why wouldn't it be a snake draft here?
I was assuming it was, but I'm gonna go with Flo and say that they're not wrong.
No, Flo's not going to be wrong. But.
No.
I mean, isn't it kind of unfair to start with Shannon O'Keefe and Liz Johnson? I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, if Phoenix is on the clock, and do we think Liz would be the number 3? What a heck of a 1-2 punch there.
Oh my God.
Phoenix, the pick is in.
We can create drama. Who would bowl anchor?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I know. It would be crazy.
Pick is in. Who is it? You're 10 seconds ahead of me.
Justin?
Kim Terrell Kearney is having some audio issues.
Oh, we know what that's all about.
My audio is good, right, guys?
You're good.
You're good.
That's great. Thanks. Liz Johnson, I'm hearing.
Yep.
There it is.
That's what I heard. Liz Johnson.
Mr. Flanagan, we've been pretty good so far with our picks.
Oh, yeah.
We've been pretty good here so far. Let's cross Liz off the list.
So I got to bring up my list here. Now what do you do over here is Bob Learn. Now this is a complete.
No.
Man.
And Liz has bowled in the league before. She has experience in this setting, in that building. So
the best available in points is Dasha.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next best available is Clara. Then Jordan Richard, Missy Parkin, Liz Culkin, Stephanie Johnson, Maria Jose Rodriguez.
I don't know where you go with this one.
Yeah, this is a hard pick.
I feel like what's going to happen here is it's going to be Dasha. And then Kim Terrell Kearney is going to have a tough decision on whether or not she takes Jordan Richard or Stephanie Johnson here.
You would think that those two are going to get split up. Jordan and Stephanie are going to get split up. If Learn is thinking like that, you got to think that he's going to take one of them just to, Oh, I think we're. Oh boy.
You're on the show. We're on the show now with you guys.
I
want to get your zoomed in way too far in your face right now.
Okay.
I want to get your thoughts. Can you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear this guy?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Okay.
Oh, well, we can't give that away. We got to. They're good talking selection talk over there. Mike, what's your thoughts on Liz Johnson, possibly the GOAT, going number 3 in the draft?
I can't believe that those two are together.
Liz Johnson, Shannon O'Keefe,
I can't believe it.
The 2 best players in the world for the past.
I mean, no,
3
and
years.
that's no slam on Danielle. Danielle's awesome. She's awesome.
No
but
you got player of the year, player of the year,
well,
player of the
Matt,
year.
why isn't this a snake draft?
Brian and I were going bonkers. We were going bananas on the camera before it. No snake. Kim got the coin flip was important there. It was huge. No snake.
Huge coin flip.
And there is the vlog right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the vlog.
So that's what you do, Justin? You walk around like that? That's how you vlog?
Well, I walk around with my phone because it's a lot easier to fit in your pocket.
Okay.
But, yeah.
That's the Casey Neistat rig right there, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I had the honor. This was, almost 20 years ago. Actually, I bowled a team tournament with Brian O'Keefe at the Lilac up in Rochester. One of the guys we went up the bowl with, he sprained his ankle in singles and doubles somehow. I don't know how he did this. And we were looking around. We needed a 4th guy to bowl team event, and we're in the bar that night. And there's this bald guy, and he's just sitting at the bar. He goes, "You need a bowler?" I said, "We actually do." And not knowing who he was, and it was Brian O'Keefe. And Brian's a pretty good player. Not gonna lie, he's a really good player. And just watching him on the lanes for that 3 hours was absolutely just incredible.
Pick is in.
Pick is in.
Jordan Richard, I'm hearing.
Nope.
No.
Dasha.
Let's cross
Dasha
Dash.
Kovalova is going to the Miami Waves.
Let's cross her off the list. All right, so now flip a coin: Stephanie Johnson or Jordan Richard.
Jordan Richards.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Stephanie would be the next pick for Bob Learn, probably, just to separate them.
Well, you never know, though. I think Jordan Richard for sure would be his pick if
Probably.
she's there.
Yeah.
Mike, we've got a potential team right now of Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson, and Jordan Richards.
I know. And will Stephanie Johnson fall to them in the next round?
It's a Team USA reunion potential.
That's the question.
Wow, incredible stuff. Back to you guys.
Thank you. This literally could be Team USA.
Oh, yeah.
Kim Terrell just made draft 5 Team USA people.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this Dasha Kovalova, by the way, she's got an unbelievable personality, and she is a rock star bowler. I mean, that was a great pick by Learn, by the way. I think we glossed over that.
Yeah. She is definitely one of the more unique personalities if you've ever had a conversation with her. A very unique personality.
Really?
Anyone.
So who would you compare her to then, Justin? Like on the guys tour?
Oh,
personality.
I don't think you can.
Really?
Yeah, it's so unique that she's just kind of like just goes with it. Like,
so she would be good for on our show then, just letting it fly.
Probably.
All right.
Hey, by the way, the first 4 in points are all off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true.
Just FYI.
You heard it here first. My prediction is that Kelly Kulik will go to Phoenix as the last pick.
Okay.
That is, you've heard it here first. Getting back to Mike's point, question of people off the point list, that will be the pick. I think she'll be off the top 10. Yeah, I think Kelly will be the 5th person on the Phoenix team. Was she ever in the league? Was she ever in a league team?
Who, Kelly?
Yeah,
Kelly was on the winning league team the first year with NYC.
Okay.
Yep, with Billie Jean
Weber.
King, Pete Weber, and yep.
Oh, she has experience.
I think it's Jordan Richard, guys. So then does Bob take Clara Guerrero next? I think he does. And then Stephanie Johnson.
Or he can go, if he wants to keep the Brunswick trend, he goes right to Culkin.
Yeah, could. I hope
right.
they're not. I hope they're not picking ball companies, and that's the deal. I hope that's not what this is.
No. All right, so Jordan is off. Jordan is on the board, off the board. And we are going to cross her off here.
So far, I mean, the 5 players that have been picked, I mean, they can all hold their own against the guys.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. And so far, through the first 5, I'm excited with what's coming for the PBA League.
Oh, yeah. You know, they talk about, like, in the NBA, like the big 3, right? They always have like a big 3, like with Steph Curry and those guys. Got a big 3 for the Phoenix team here: Shannon, Liz Johnson, and Jordan Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, that can go up against any of the big 3 of the teams that are already established with the guys.
Yeah, those 3 definitely can.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're Mr. Flanagan is saying this is going to be Clara. You think it's Clara here?
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at what's happened so far with the points list, and it looks like these teams are kind of going off the point list here. So Clara got skipped over, but you could be right. It could be a Liz Culkin thing here.
Could be a Kelly Kulik thing here too.
I think it's too early. It's too early.
Okay.
I think Kelly is the last pick for Kim Terrell. I really do.
Okay. That would be insane if they had all 3. If Kelly, Liz, and Shannon were on the same team.
If all 5 team USAers on the team
with Jordan Richard and Stephanie Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Stephanie's there.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, right? how does Bob make a case for Stephanie Johnson over Liz Culkin and Clara Guerrero? How does he jump all the way down to the 9th in points list when Clara Guerrero and Liz Culkin are still sitting there and Missy Parkin at 7? And I don't know why Missy Parkin's not getting more love, but everybody I talked to just, I don't know if it's because she just hasn't won yet, but I mean, you know, she's won PBA regional titles. She's competed against the guys probably as much as more than the people that are getting picked in this draft. Obviously.
Wasn't she the first to win a men's regional?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. And then forget it, you got the other one. You got Verity. You got Diana.
Well, yeah, you got that power 3 with Daria.
Yeah. I mean, my God, I'm looking at the list now. There's a ton. Erin McCarthy's another one.
Yeah, their stats just don't back up.
Oh wow,
this situation. Clara. Here we go. Stephanie Johnson next pick. Slam dunk.
Yeah,
we don't even.
Let's lock it up.
Yep, Stephanie Johnson. I'm just writing it in. This is unofficial, but it's official in my book. Stephanie Johnson
off the board.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You better go play the roulette table. You're the luckiest person on earth. Yeah, this draft.
Are the colors of that purple as well, like the McKendry purple?
Jeez. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys, by the way. This worked out pretty well.
We've been waiting to have you on for a long time. We wanted to have you on for the longest time.
Maybe
hey,
we'll have to
Brian.
Justin, here's a real legend coming onto the screen right here.
Oh, they love this. Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, can you believe what's going on here?
I know, it's crazy.
Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson, Jordan Richard, and this has got to be the next pick. It's got to be Steph next, right?
I feel like Kim she knows. Nothing against the other girls that are still out there to be picked, but I don't know how it can't be Stephanie Johnson.
Right.
I don't know how it can't be.
And then this last pick is totally shaken out to be Team USA.
Kelly Kulick.
Yeah.
KK right there.
I think this one's going Steph. Pick's in right now.
Pick's in right now.
The pick is in. Is it the Shaffany show coming to reality here, guys?
It's the Fanny show coming up, I think.
Yeah. Justin, what do you think?
Probably. I think so.
So then that brings us to who is the pick after this one, guys?
I think Culkin is the pick. I do.
I'd say either her or Missy Parkin.
I mean, that's what the board's been going just like the board here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got 7 and 8 being skipped over. Stephanie Johnson. I think it's in.
Yeah, if you heard Shannon in the background.
Yeah. So we basically just renaming this team from the Phoenix Fury to the Team USA.
Yeah, this is yeah. And is anybody willing to agree with my thought on who the 5th pick is for Kim Terrell?
I agree with it.
Does Brian O'Keefe agree with my pick for Kim Terrell?
He can't comment, but he kind of nudged me when I talked about it.
That's all we need. We got a nudge. So this is the weird one here. Is it going to be Liz? Is it going to be a sleeper? Josie Barnes. I know you like Josie Barnes. You said that earlier, Mike.
Yeah, I gotta say, guys, if it's that 5th pick for Kim, I think right now, with how they're bowling, how much they're bowling, I think I'd take Josie Barnes over Kelly Kulick.
Wow. And
look, I hate to say that because I mean Kelly Kulick, my God, she is amazing. Mm-hmm. But when you look at building this team too, right? Doesn't Josie Barnes just slipping right into the 2-hole just feel great?
Yeah.
With a team like that, yes.
Yeah.
And she'd sit right in a 2-hole and be just happy as can be. She'd just be tickled pink. And
here's another one for you guys. 8 picks so far. Nobody on the left side of the lane has been picked.
That is
No,
true.
there's really only one eligible though that can commute to this place.
Yeah, it'll be Shannon, obviously.
Right.
But still.
Mike, you mentioned the 5 lefties here.
Yeah, there aren't 5 women bowlers that are left-handed.
Think about that as the last pick. That pick over there. They're coming with it.
You think they're coming with a lefty with the last pick?
Ooh.
That's Team USA too. You want to talk about Team USA? That's consecutive years. What is it? 20-something years now she's been on Team USA.
Yeah, it's been on Team USA a long time.
Yeah.
I think this one's Liz Culkin.
Liz Culkin, yeah, that's what we think too.
We're thinking it too. What does the sports book have it as, Mike? Is it like 3-1 that Liz Culkin's the 9th pick here, or the 8th pick?
I mean, she's next to go, and then you got Missy Parkin, who is 7th on the board, so she gets skipped over here. And then the question is, does Missy Parkin get picked? I don't know.
Missy may be the last one for Bob. If we're going to go by that, I honestly, my gut's telling me Kelly Kulik is the final pick for Kim Terrell.
I'm going to be disappointed in this draft if the top 10 in points are the 10 that get picked. No drama whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because Maria Jose Rodriguez is a player.
She is.
Yeah, that is true.
It's amazing that none of the big 3, the Verity crew, has been picked either.
Well, I mean, their scores don't show that they should be picked. If you look at the standings.
No, you're right.
Because I love those 3 ladies. They are amazing bowlers. But clearly this is a points-driven draft.
Yeah. I wonder how, if this was done, there it is.
I think, did you spell her name right, dude?
No, he spelled that one wrong.
Of course I did.
That's all right. When you send her our link later, Justin, just apologize for the grammatical error.
I'm glad I'm not producing today. I get to just be a guest. Trust me, I've misspelled people's names 100 times.
Is that
There
better?
we go.
Yeah.
There you go, bud. There you go.
I wonder how the draft, the league draft, would have been done if these 2 teams were in there. Like if the guys would have drafted differently, knowing that there was going to be 2 women's teams in a month or so. If they would have made selections differently.
Hey, while there's a quick break in the action here, just let everybody know I'm interviewing Ryan Simonelli today on the Bowler X Facebook and YouTube pages at 7:00 Eastern, talking to him about his part-time status now on the tour and taking his new job.
And we wish Ryan all the best. One of the greats there. All right, guys. So we're up to the 9th pick.
Yeah. So
what is it? A coin flip? Is it Shannon Polhowski or Kelly Kulik? Coin flip here?
I don't know. I think it's Kelly and Shannon.
I think it's Kelly. I said it from the beginning of the show.
I think it's Kelly and Shannon. It's just a matter of which one goes to which team.
So just to recap here, we got Kim Terrell Journey's team from Phoenix is Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson, Jordan Richards, Stephanie Johnson. Bob Learn's team here, the Miami Waves, Danielle McEwen, Dasha Kovalova, Clara Guerrero, Liz Culkin. Phoenix is on the clock.
Justin and Mike, I think it's Kelly. I really do. I think it's the outside the box pick, and that just locks up the Team USA connection, and that is just.
I'm shocked that they are still this high on the list. I would have thought that there would have been 1 or 2 more further down.
Yeah.
It's been a very safe draft thus far.
Not a lot of drama.
Nope. Like right now, the only drama story is Missy Parkin, right?
Yeah.
Picks coming in right now. I can hear it over there, Justin.
Maria Jose.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So am I seeing this right? If Missy Parkin goes with the last pick, it'll be the top 10 in points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that right?
You are correct.
So if Missy Parkin goes here, this is a drama-free draft.
And we were wrong with our over/under. We both had the over.
Yeah. We both took the over on outside the top 10.
Both took it, so we have already lost.
You know what? Good for Kim Terrell taking Maria Jose Rodriguez. That good for her. I mean, because Maria is tough as nails, man. She's awesome.
She throws it really well. She throws it really, really well.
What's that?
She throws it really.
She's gonna bring the fire. She's the fire starter. Hey, Brian O'Keefe, come over here for a second.
Justin,
Since this team is complete, what's the lineup off the top of your head right now? You got to build a lineup with that team.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm gonna say Stephanie Johnson goes first, and then I'm gonna say Maria, JoJo, Shannon, Liz.
Oh, Liz Johnson anchoring the team.
Come get some.
Come get it.
Some guys.
This is the situation.
Okay. Wow.
Come get some.
Come get some, guys.
Stephanie Johnson, Maria Jose Rodriguez, Jordan Richard, Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson.
And any one of those girls can ball on the bottom. Any one of them is capable of balling on the bottom.
All right. Who's your last pick? Who goes number 10?
I think the favorite is Missy Parkin, right?
Yeah. Drama free.
I mean, if Missy doesn't get picked here with the way this draft has gone, I'm going to feel super bad for her because it hasn't been an off the board draft.
No. Yeah, I have to agree with Mike there, Justin.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I saw this going a lot differently.
I think we all did.
I saw this going way more down the list.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was wrong about potentially Clara getting skipped over and some of the others that I thought might have got picked over for more popular picks down below that are more social media influencers and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Glad it's based off performance. This is cool.
Mm-hmm. This rewards them for a good year is what this is doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the question is, does Missy Parkin get snubbed here? Or do we have the safest draft in the history of all drafts in any professional sport?
I think we're going to play safe. I do.
I think it's Kelly.
So best available list again.
Missy's the best. Missy's the best available.
Yeah. And then the other players in here are Brianna Cote, Shannon Plahowski, Cherry Tan, Josie Barnes, Tanya Burgett, Diana Z, Valerie, KK, Sid Brummett, top 20.
Just with the way everything's going, it's the safe pick. I think they're just going to do it safe and call it a day.
Who's the pick, Justin?
Missy Parkin.
There it is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Missy Parkin. Guys, why do we even have this show? Why do we even have this show? This is like 100% just top 10 in points. Why did they even make a list of 35?
True.
Hey, I'm happy for Missy. I'm happy for all the girls in the top 10 because you know what? They all bowled tour, and based off of bowling against the best female bowlers in the world, they were the top 10 on the tour, and they all earned their way into the PBA league. So I can't argue with it at all, but absolutely no drama here today. I feel like back in the day, and you're too young for this, Mr. Bohn, but I remember they blew up this show one time about Al Capone's safe. They had this big show on television about how they were going to open Al Capone's safe, and they opened it up, and there was nothing in it, and there was just no drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're hoping to have a little bit of a drama, a little bit of a firework today or whatnot, but it definitely does reward them for all the work they did last year. It does.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And, I'll tell you what, Flow Bowling's done a great job with the production. It's been smooth. It's been silky smooth, great quality. And now I'm seeing Missy on there. She's not even sweating. She looks great. Great job to Flow Bowling. Great job, PBA. Everybody on that one. So, man.
For sure.
So, Justin, where did that leave us now for the remainder of our show? What do we have in store for the second part of our live draft show?
We hopefully will have some of the players come in and join us. I know that there were a few of those ladies on that were picked in the top 10. I know I messaged a few of them. A few of them got back to me, said that they would be more than welcome to join.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the coaches both said that they would be more than welcome to join as well. So it's honestly just a matter of when people show up.
Matter of time now. Mike, you're going to stay with us, obviously, if you still got some time.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a bit. Yeah, I got a little bit of time here.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Supposed to resume filming in about 20 minutes. So, but whatever.
Well, I think we need to work with Mr. Flanagan and getting our number one pick of the draft to come over and give us a couple minutes. I think we have to work that, Justin. That's going to be on him because he's in the building with her.
Yeah, what's the audio like when somebody's over here? Can you hear them clear?
If they're fairly close, yes.
Yeah, like we heard Brian. We were able to hear Brian when he came over.
I think I'm gonna take the AirPods out and switch my mic over to just the computer mic. Okay.
All right.
See how that does.
We're going to work for you now, all right? Whatever you need to do, make it happen.
Okay, I'm switched over to this.
All right, he's switched.
Shannon, are you busy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's busy right now.
Hey, when you're the number
Post-draft.
one pick, you got things to do.
Post-draft stuff.
Understandable, but it will be interesting to say the least. If you're breaking it down a little more, which team do you think had the better draft?
I mean, I don't want to pick on Bob Learn at all here, but this Phoenix Fury team is ridiculous.
That's just Fury right there.
You know what, though? I mean, this is a real opportunity for Danielle and Dasha to really step up and prove who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Danielle really needs to stamp her foot in the ground anymore. I think everybody in the world knows what Danielle McEwen's capable of doing.
Okay, but guys, put me back on the screen. I want to talk to your audience for a second here. The PWBA tour has been around, relaunched for 5 years. 5 years. Do you know who the player of the year was first 3 years? Liz
Tell us.
Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And the past two have been
Shannon
Ms.
O'Keefe.
Ms. O'Keefe.
Now, bring your board back up. I want you to look at the Phoenix team. Look at the first two picks. So when I make a statement like this is an opportunity for Danielle and Dasha to step up and prove that they're badasses, so to speak, they haven't won Player of the Year in the last 5 years, and the other two have. That's my point.
Okay.
All right.
Prove that they were good enough to go in the first 2 rounds with those other 2 ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Now, I know Liz Johnson's been banged up a little bit with some health issues, knee issues, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that, where, that's why Danielle was picked second. I mean, Danielle is the future, right? I mean, if this was Vegas, which I'm in right now, you would put some pretty good odds that Danielle McEwen will be Player of the Year before the end of her career, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So, and she's awesome, and no doubt about that at all. Do I have something weird on my screen, by the way?
No, you're good.
No, he's good.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you are.
So
you are perfect.
So let's look at this board one more time.
Yep.
Our team that we picked to win, or like our favorite team, was either Dallas or Portland. Do we think Phoenix has put together a good enough team to win this entire thing?
I do, Justin. And if you remember from our draft show,
I'll just give you 2 seconds. These guys.
remember?
Hey, here's your interview, guys. Here's Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
What do you want to ask her? This is your chance.
How excited are you? I mean, you get to compete in the PBA league. Go through the motions. What's in your head right now?
Well, first of all, watching the PBA league in the atmosphere in Portland, Maine has always looked enticing and pretty awesome. But not being a PBA member, not having the time to bowl on tour, obviously, never going to have the opportunity to do that. And so when this announcement came out, like I was in the middle of a workout when I found out and went running upstairs and was like dancing in the living room at Brian, telling him how excited I was that this was a possibility. So to be selected by Kim, someone that I absolutely love more than anything, respect her beyond belief, to be able to work with her again, and then to see the team that she kind of built and composed, and then I'm part of it. Man, what a blessing! So excited.
The Shafanny show is in full effect in Portland this year.
It's Shafani.
It's
Shafanny. I'm sorry. It's the Jersey, and that's why she doesn't come on our show, Justin, because I can't pronounce things correctly.
Well, now that you know how to say it, now maybe you will.
Yeah.
You got one follow up here for her before she goes and gets food with the group.
Let her go eat.
Let her go eat.
Yeah,
All right.
Shannon, we'll be in touch. Awesome. Congratulations. Stay
Thanks,
safe.
Yeah.
And
There you
go. And we see somebody else checking in here, Mr. Bohn.
Yeah, we've got the second pick
The second pick coming
in the
in.
draft.
A good friend of the show.
Oh, hey.
A good friend of the
Hi.
show. There she is.
So she's now made the appearance for a second time on our show, but for bigger and better reasons. Danielle, how excited are you to be bowling back again in the PBA league?
I'm so excited. Getting to compete in that in the past has one of the coolest experiences I've ever been through. And I just cannot wait to get back out there with my team of girls now so that we can all experience what Portland, Maine has to offer.
How great is that building? How is the atmosphere there as a player? I mean, it has to be incredible, right?
It's unbelievable. It's actually hard to put into words. You know, before I was on a team, I watched it on TV. I saw everyone's videos from other players that were there. And I was like, this is crazy. But to actually be there, to have your feet on the approach, having to throw a shot while there's cheering and everyone's so excited, chanting your nickname, because it's not your name, it's your nickname. And just everything that goes along with it. It was such a great experience.
What is your nickname? Do you have one?
Oh, I'm DMAC.
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
So I think while we've got two other women on your team in the studio, I think we should bring them on and see how this works out. Hi, Clara. Hi, Dasha.
Look at this.
Hi, Justin.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
So, Mike, did you have a question, or do you want me to go first?
No, fire away, man. This is all you.
All right. So while we have all three of you on here, how excited are you guys to be bowling? I mean, this is great.
This is amazing.
Audio problems?
This is an amazing opportunity that PBA is giving us to be able to bowl in the PBA League. It has always been one of the most exciting shows on TV for our sport. And now the fact that we have the chance, that we have this team, that I was drafted today with such an amazing group of girls, it's just very exciting. It's a great day.
Awesome. Dasha?
I'm just very happy to be with so many awesome women on the same team. And I love college because of team bowling. And now I get to live this experience, but with a pack of wonderful and strong ladies who will kick men's butt.
I like that, Justin. She's bringing the fire.
And that's what I said about a very unique personality out of Dasha Kovalova.
Okay.
So,
I'm not getting her way.
So we will let you guys go. Congrats on being selected this year for the Miami Waves, and best of luck this year in the PBA League.
See you guys soon, and stay safe, everybody. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Justin, that was a very busy screen we had there.
Yes, that was busy for a minute there.
And now we have some more
What's the
people
deal?
waiting.
I don't even get to ask a question, guys. Jeez, I want to know what their lineup was going to be. Jeez.
Well, you can ask the next person coming in, I think, right, Justin?
Yeah. Would you like to ask the coach of
The manager.
Miami Waves?
Yeah.
Your mouth just got you in trouble there, Mr. Flanagan. Mr. 300 Bob Learn Jr., everybody.
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's going on, Bob? So, Mike Flanagan, go right ahead, bud.
Hi, Bobby. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Mike.
Good to see you.
You too.
have you thought about a lineup yet for your team, just to give the people a sample of what your lineup might look like?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one, right? Because we're not exactly sure what we're bowling on. But if I was going to put something in, I would have Missy Parkin as my leadoff. She's a player that's going to keep it in play and certainly give us a good read. And you always want someone that's going to be solid and be able to control the pocket well as your leadoff in these matches. And then going into all the way down to your anchor, I guess, is the next one you look at. I have to go with probably Danielle because she's top of the list as far as the points for the women. She does play well from multiple angles, and so at this point, I would have her penned in as my anchor. Though I have again so much talent, anybody could take that position. And so based off of how they're playing and how we can connect the dots to create score, and that's how we'll do it based off of what we're bowling on.
All right. That's
Stuff there.
Flanagan, was that the answer you wanted to hear?
Yeah, I guess so. So do you put Clara second then, Liz Calkin third, and Dasha fourth?
Is that who you want me to put?
Well, what are they?
No, again, it comes down to what kind of look they have, right? So until we get there and see what the lanes are doing, it's really hard, but you're going to try to connect the dots accordingly. The person that doesn't have, as good of a look, will obviously not be my anchor player. We'll have to put that person in a position that, allows me to put three that can connect the dots. Now, it's different than college because college I have 8 players and I get to substitute. Here, you have 5 and you got to make it work. So it's really important to be able to see what they have going on, see what different abilities they have in trying to play different parts of the lane. So it will change. But I'll tell you, really when I look at people on my team, there's some people definitely with ice in their veins, and I feel like we're going to do just fine.
Looking forward
Bob,
to it.
I have 2 quick follow-up questions, guys, if you don't mind. First of all, Bob, you were on my show, and I asked you the question, would you ever like to be a team captain of a PBA league team? Do you remember me asking you that question?
I do. I actually do.
I would just want to say, I think I am part of the reason you were selected because everybody listens to the show I was doing that I canceled and don't have anymore. So you're welcome.
Well, that's obvious. That's obvious that you have that kind of weight, In fact, so much weight that you're now in another show. So,
right, exactly, right. The last question I have for you, Bob, I'll let these guys get back to their show here and not hog all the time, is I wanted to ask you, were you surprised or did you have the strategy going in that it was going to be just the top 10 in points like that? Was that last pick, was that a harder pick for you having the last pick in there? Were you looking at Kelly Kulik? Were you looking at somebody further down the list? Was it that tough for you, or was Missy Parkin just slam dunk number 7? You were surprised she was still available?
Well, I was surprised that she was available. I know I did drop past her for one of my picks, but based off of what I had said, I know Liz can strike when she sees a lane pretty well. I've seen her post some incredible scores, and so I'm like, I need that. I need to make sure I get her because I didn't have the first pick, right? So I was always like trying to figure out what was going on with Kim, what pick she had, and then try to, I had a couple different people obviously in mind that weren't on my team, but I am happy with the team I have. I think they all have something that's going to be a great contribution to what we're doing. And honestly, I don't see us as being at it anywhere but at an advantage going in because we got to pick the top 10 players to be on our team.
Okay.
You go the draft goes way down and back up. You're not getting the strongest players this year. We looked at the top 10 being picked, PWBA, and that unfortunately, it was pretty weighted, off of that, as we can tell. There are some great players down below, and my question was, are they hurt? something going on. Why weren't they higher? Because I know they're good enough. But my fear was they must have something going on, with their wrist or something that didn't allow them to be higher. And that's really what led to my final decision, was just saying, you know what, I know Missy's solid. She's a solid player. She can play with the best of them, and she also offers an angle that I think could be advantageous if everybody starts moving in away. I need someone if we get kind of muddied up in the middle and we can't get anyone to see it right. She's going to be that person that could fill the anchor spot, because she's going to be able to get farther right and play that angle that many of them aren't able to. So I think she's a great choice for my team for as far as diversity goes.
Good stuff, Bob.
Good stuff. So, Bob, thank you, and congratulations on your 5 picks.
Oh. One quick thing, if you don't mind. Is there a side bet with Amleto on who's going to finish higher, and what is the bet?
Well, the bet will be a bottle of wine. That's for certain. But here's how it works. The person that wins, that goes higher, buys the bottle.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So the person that advances, and it's a friendly bet, right?
Okay.
That's the only way I can get him to buy into the wine, because he's of the mind that he's going to beat me, right? He's going to be of the mind he's going to beat me anyways. He goes, sure, I'm going to beat you, so I don't care if I buy the wine. But if you tell him you're going to beat him, it's a different thing. So as long as I think he's got the mentality that he's going to beat me, he'll be okay with buying the wine.
Good stuff.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pony up and buy it, but
that's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Bob, stay safe. Good luck in this, and hopefully you guys are out there soon. Hopefully you're down in Florida in a couple of weeks bowling yourself, and thanks for a couple minutes, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Bob Learn Jr., everybody. Justin, I know we have somebody else waiting.
Yes.
And I think Flanagan can ask that same question to the next person who's on deck.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 pretty good questions there. So without any further ado, let's introduce the Phoenix Fury coach, Kim Terrell-Kearney.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Kim, and look, a standing ovation from Mike Flanagan.
Thanks, Mike Flanagan.
So,
my God.
Wow.
You guys, this was so hard. And I wish I took down all my Post-its. I had 35 Post-its up for the last 3 days. And I'm like, okay, if he picks first and he picks this one, then what am I going to do? And then I had so many scenarios, and it didn't play out at all. I didn't even have this one.
So I have a question, and I'm going to start this one off. Why? I don't know if you know the answer, Kim, but why was this not a snake draft where it went 1, 2, like you had the first pick, and then Bob would have pick 2 and 3? It kind of went 1, 2, 3, 4. They did that in the PBA league, so
yeah, that was what I expected initially, and so that was kind of like, okay, so maybe last week that's how I was thinking, and then when I talked with Tom, he said, no, we're just going to go back and forth, and I'm like, okay. So
more Post-its.
there we are. More Post-its.
But bravo, this was something.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to ask Flanagan's question to ask Bob Learn. What's your lineup thinking? What are you thinking for a lineup here?
I
got you, Flanagan. I had to ask this one.
I think the final decision will have very much to do with what the lanes look like. But initially, I like Liz at the bottom. She's been at the bottom for us for years, Team USA, with a lot of the same players that we're looking at right here, and she just thrives down there. Leadoff is tricky. I'm a big person with energy. I think Shannon brings a lot of energy, and so it may be Shan. It could be Steph, because she gets a good read sometimes too. So, and just fill it in. Whoever looks good. Maybe I put Shan next to Liz, and she's 4. And
oh my God! We were saying, like, what a big 3. Like how the NBA has their big 3 at all their teams. What a big 3 you have between Shannon, Liz, and Jordan. My God! I mean,
that's some talent there.
That's
right?
a modern day murderer's row there, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm not getting involved with those guys.
Kim, I just gotta tell you, you dominated this draft. That coin flip was huge.
It was, right?
And we didn't even know it wasn't a snake draft. Like, it surprised us. Shannon, great pick, and then you get Liz Johnson, and right, the PWBA tour has been back for 5 years. There's been 2 people that have won Player of the Year, and they're both on your team.
We were thinking we were going to rename your team the Team USA, basically.
You know, as Lucas kept saying that, I was like, well, crap. I mean, look at the field, though. I mean, half of them are Team USA. How was I to avoid that? There are, you know, whether it was Missy or, you know, I took my post-its down now. I can't remember who's in what place, but no laughing. It was hilarious. My husband's looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, it just makes it easier for me. I'm very visual.
Yeah, Kim, I hope Eric's doing well. Also, by the way, tell him we said hello. But I wanted to talk about this last pick that you had, because that kind of threw us for a loop a little bit, because we thought maybe you'd go Kelly Kulik there, Team USA, or maybe Shannon Plahowski is who we were thinking on the show. And then you pop in there with Maria Jose Rodriguez. Why Maria Jose Rodriguez? And was that a tough pick for you? Did you have somebody else that you were teeter-tottering on who you were going to pick?
Those very two. You know, obviously, gosh, you know, I know the field. I know if we end up in Maine, you know, what the left side looks like. And so, you know, Plahowski was always at the top of my list there. You know, Kelly, you know, there's been no one I think more instrumental in women's bowling. And, you know, she fought through all the years of not having anything. And yeah, so it was hard. You know, I want to reward, and I believe they've earned those positions. And so it's difficult when you get 5. With Maria, you know, and some of it is, you know, I've worked pretty closely with her in the last number of years. And, you know, so we have a familiarity. But I also believe, you know, the fact that she travels the world, you know, like Danielle, and bowls against the guys, and she just has a feel for what it looks like out there playing against them. You know, she made the cut at the U.S. Open here in Mooresville. I mean, she just, you know, so some of those things were influential in my decision. It's hard. It's you know, I mean, I've always, this is the least favorite part, you know, with Team USA and the selection committee. All the years that I had to do that, it was like the least favorite thing that I wanted to do, because, you know, I put myself in their shoes so easily, and I know the disappointments. And at the same time, you know, you want to be excited for those that get to play.
Absolutely. Is this something you would have loved to see when you were bowling back on tour back in the day?
I could not be a bigger team player. Like, I was a lousy youth bowler, and so I got better in college. And so I love college bowling. I love team bowling. And so, man, I thrive. I couldn't have been more boring to watch when it was me by myself. But, you know, you give me a doubles partner, or you give me, like, half my titles are doubles, or you give me that small exaggeration, but not much. But I love it. I love the having it, you know, having to throw a shot for somebody else, you know, to have people there with you to support you and to fire you up. It's just, I think it's the greatest thing that our sport has. And so I'm overjoyed that Tom is letting me be a part of this.
Well, let's hope that it grows for next year. We'd love to see some more teams come out of this next year and make the draft a little bit easier so nobody gets left out.
Yeah, I hope so.
And more Post-it notes for Kim next year, definitely.
Yes. Plenty of people that deserve to be playing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in Las Vegas with Shannon O'Keefe and Brian O'Keefe right now, and some other folks. We're working on a project here. And last night at dinner, we talked about this draft at length as a group, some great minds in bowling. And we asked Shannon flat out, you know, who would you like to have on your team if, say, you go first on your team? Who would you like to have? And she goes, I would love to have Danielle, Liz, or Jordan Richard as our second person. I'd be really happy with that. And you were able to get 2 of those 3 to go with Shannon. And then I said, and of course you'd like to have the Shafani show on the same team, right? And she said, yeah, oh, absolutely. But I don't think Steph will drop to us at that point. And the fact that you were able to do all of that, I will tell you, she was sitting right over here. She's gone to lunch now. Otherwise I'd have her say hello. But she was so happy with the selections. Like a kid in a candy store. So hats off to you.
Kudos. That's phenomenal draft there.
Oh, yeah. So congratulations on your 5 selections. Mom's sitting right next to me and said, say hi to Ava.
Hi, Mom. I will. I'm surprised she's not sitting right next to me.
And there she is.
She's got on a Sydney dress, though, just so you know. We love you guys.
So congratulations and best of luck whenever the PBA League happens. Best of luck, and we want to see a women's team win this year for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Like it. Thank you guys for having me on.
Stay safe, Kim. All the best. And there it is. There's a legend right there, guys.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at a career that she's had before this. I mean, it's a long list, probably twice as long as this screen.
Yeah,
I mean,
US Open winner.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. So overall, I thought this was pretty good. Obviously, it was no surprises, as Mike said earlier. It was all the top 10, but they definitely did all earn it for that reason.
Yeah. Well, Justin, do we have any other celebrities on the plate?
Not in the studio, no. So honestly, I think we're gonna let Mike go to lunch.
Let Mike go to lunch. He deserves another sandwich.
Yep.
He's not going to see the sun for 4 days, he said.
No.
Mike,
stay safe in Vegas. Stay cold. And best of luck with your video shooting that you have going on out there.
And all of your new endeavors. And if you ever need anything, we're here to help, my friend. Absolutely. We're a phone call away.
Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks for having me on today in this helter-skelter environment. Thanks for letting me take over your show and ask some questions for a little while.
No problem. Mike Flanagan, you have the floor for 30 seconds. Plug, say hi, whatever you want to do. It's all yours.
Be good to each other on social media. Be good to each other in person when you can do that. I think this pandemic's put a lot of things in perspective. I've kind of gone with a clean slate. Anybody that's done me wrong in the past, I've given them a clean slate, and I'm asking for the same myself. I think everybody reinvents themselves every 5 years, and with what's happening in our country right now with Black Lives Matter and what happened up in Minnesota, I think it's a great opportunity for all of us in the bowling industry to pull together. Every industry is hurting during a pandemic like this. People are losing jobs. People's lives are being affected. We're going to lose bowling center guys for sure. We're going to lose good people in bowling. That jobs won't be there and they'll have to go to a different industry. So we're going to lose good people in bowling. So let's just support it as much as we can, whether you're just a person that's not really close to it like we are, but you're just a league bowler and you're a fan of bowling. Go and support your local bowling center, whether you get when they reopen and go in and purchase a soda, a beer, lunch, whatever it is. Take your family bowling. Choose to go bowling over other entertainment options just to help the industry survive. Tell other people how great bowling is, and just do what you can to help grow it, because we're all going to need it, and you deserve it. You're a good person. Everybody that's watching this thing and the folks that do this show and all of us in bowling, everybody's trying to do a lot of good. So I would just send that message for my 30 seconds. I don't need to plug anything. We'll just keep doing what we're doing and try to keep bowling alive and keep people alive and treat each other well. That's it.
There he is. That's why he is who he is, Justin. He is the man. Mike Flanagan. We all aspire to be what you've been and aspire to have the following you have, man. You are a wonderful ambassador of the game. You really are, my friend. It's a pleasure to have you on finally.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Mike. We'll talk to you soon.
Stay safe, Mike.
And there he goes. Mike Flanagan, everybody. Justin, what do we say about today?
The guys, this is a message for the guys. You want some, come get some.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at this board one more time. And I mean, Shannon O'Keefe, Liz Johnson, Jordan Richard, Stephanie Johnson, and Maria Jose Rodriguez on one team. And then Danielle McEwen, Dasha Kovalova, Clara Guerrero, Liz Colkin, and Missy Parkin on another team. I mean, guys, you want some, come get some. I mean, it is.
So,
God,
how is this working now, Justin? So I know how the PBA League works. How are they incorporating the girls with the guys? How are they doing this? Do you know how this is working?
So the two, hold on, let me read the.
Well, we don't want to give any fake news out. We want to have facts.
Let me check at the website real quick.
All right. But yeah, I agree with you. The girls, they just said come get some today.
Oh, yeah. So the division lineups, there will be two divisions now. They've split them up, and they will bowl against each other within the division somehow.
Okay.
I don't think the format has been set quite yet, or at least it's not in this press release or the latest press release of the PBA League. But the Carter division is going to feature the Dallas Strikers, with manager Norm Duke, Philadelphia Hitmen manager Jason Couch, Brooklyn Styles, Johnny P being the manager of that team, Silver Lake Atom Splitters manager Mark Baker, Las Vegas High Rollers with manager Amleto Monicelli, and Phoenix Fury manager Kim Terrell Kearney. In the Anthony division, it will be NYC Kingpins managed by Carolyn Doran Ballard, Motown Muscle managed by Del Ballard, Portland Lumberjacks managed by Tim Mack, LAX managed by Andrew Kane, Bruce City Ballers managed by Marshall Holman, and Miami Waves managed by Bob Learn Jr. So that's how it's going to work. I don't know specifics, but that is the team that will compete against each other in some way, shape, or form.
And it's all Baker style up in Maine.
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, Dasha's quite the personality. You weren't lying.
Oh, I told you I wasn't.
My God. So she's kind of like the Kyle Troop of the ladies tour.
Yeah, she's got. Yeah, actually, yes. I think
that's a good one.
It's a different personality, but or it's two completely different personalities. But Dasha's got, like I said, one unique personality,
and we love that. We love uniqueness.
Oh yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap this one up. It was a absolute blast today. It was a very good draft overall. Guys, boys, you want some? Come get some.
Yeah. And I do hope that next year they have some more women teams. I really and truly do.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. And, Mike Flanagan did make a lot of sense what he said about the funding and whatnot. But you know what? If you can get 2, you can surely get 4 for next year. Make it 4 and go up baby steps every year. Because I think there's a lot of buzz for this. And, look, there's 25 women on that list that deserve to be selected. And They need a place, and there's more, hopefully more on the horizon for next year. This is just the beginning, and I hope that we can take our show on the road for Maine when
that does happen. We will
when this does happen.
We will make that happen. I will put my days in for virtual school or in school off. I'll put them in, write a letter in advance. Bohn and Zano Zone's going on the road, but
on location.
As we wrap this one up today, what Mike Flanagan said at the right before he got off, please go support your local bowling centers any way, shape, or form. They need it right now the most out of anybody. And if you don't, they may not be coming back in the future. So please go support bowling. Go support all of your local businesses. Go out to eat. Whatever you got to do, help the bowling industry right now because they need your help for sure.
Yep. And what do we have on the plate for Thursday, Justin? You want to give everybody a little sneak peek for Thursday?
Oh, yeah. So we are going to do a specialty event or specialty show. I was supposed to run a bowling prom event out in Vegas for Junior Gold. It was actually supposed to be Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So instead, we are going to do a show with some people who had bought tickets for 6 p.m. Eastern time, get some guests in, play some music, have a good time basically with it, and basically in honor of that event being canceled and for everyone that wanted to be out in Vegas for Junior Gold, we're going to make it happen.
So basically, I'm 37 years old and I'm going back to the prom this week.
Yes.
So do I have to get dressed up for this thing or I can just...
No, I think we should. I think we'll make it happen.
All right. Well, we can talk about that at a later time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow or Thursday. But
for now.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast as we went live with the PWBA draft with special guest Mike Flanagan. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching on Facebook, please subscribe. Or if you're watching on Facebook, like the page, follow the page. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to go check out buddiesproshop.com and use coupon code ZONE5OFF to save 5% off of your next order. As for now, I'm Justin Bohn, my partner Mike Valanzano. This is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we're always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. Be sure to tune in as the PBA on Thursday, and the PBA is back for bowling July 20th, 21st, and 22nd. As for now, I'm Justin Bohn and Mike Val.
Oh, wait, whoa. No, we're not going anywhere yet, Justin.
Oh,
no, we are stopping. We are not going anywhere yet, so false advertisement on our part.
So we have the 10th pick in the draft, member of the Miami Waves, Missy Parkin, joining in. Hi, Missy.
Boom. Hello, Missy.
Hi.
So we are going to extend the show now, Justin. When greatness comes on, we extend it. That's what we do here.
That's what we do. So first off, congratulations. Go through the motions. What's it like to be bowling in the PBA League, or your expectations for the PBA League?
I am just absolutely thrilled because as everybody that's ever watched the PBA League knows, I mean, the energy is just insane. So I am just so excited to be able to be a part of that this year with an amazing group of women.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good time.
You got one heck of a team, and we said it at the end of the draft. Boys, if you want some, come get some. These two women's teams are pretty freaking good, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, we're hoping that next year we can maybe get from 2 to 4 for next year, because the 25 gals that were left off this year, it sucks basically. But they need a home, and hopefully we can grow this thing for next year. But my God, I mean, with the firepower you guys are going to have, I mean, unbelievable. I wouldn't want to, Justin. I'm not showing up against any of them. No, God, no. You know what was interesting, Missy? No lefties were picked.
Yes, I did find that interesting. I did.
That was the only interesting thing, Justin, I think I take from this draft. No lefties.
Yeah, and I thought it was very. I took the over on 1.5. We're getting picked on the bottom 16. And I was very surprised to see all of them come from the top 10, but it goes to show that they all deserved it.
Absolutely. So how are things? Are you practicing? Like what are you been up to with this whole pandemic garbage thing that we're just so sick of? Are you guys safe? That's the main thing. Everybody's safe?
Yes, everybody's safe. That is ultimately, of course, the most important thing. Being in California, we've been pretty strict lockdown, and our whole state just got back on pretty much a stay-at-home order initially again. So I've been fortunate enough that one of the centers, my husband and I, we own 7 pro shops in Southern California. And so one of the centers that we own a pro shop inside of, the owners are letting me practice, even though the center's not open. So I've been very fortunate that I think I had like a month off is all. And then ever since then, I've been able to practice. So that's really been helpful, obviously, to stay sharp and not have like 4 months off. So yeah, I've definitely been getting out on the lanes, which is good.
Oh yeah,
good stuff there. Like not like us. We're we're open here, but we're very rusty, right, Justin?
Yeah, we opened last week, and Mike bowled his first tournament, I think, on Friday, and he said he should stay in retirement.
Well, actually, it wasn't that bad. You know what? Here's the problem, right? I haven't bowled in, 3.5 months, right, Justin? 3.5 months? 4 months? I kind of felt like I had no ball speed, but I had no legs. Like I forgot to use my legs because you're just not used to it anymore. So my normal ball speed is like 16, 17 miles an hour. Now I'm throwing at like 13, and I'm like, my ball is going backwards at 50 feet. It's like, that's not normal, you know? So, yeah, but honestly, awesome job, Missy. Congratulations. And
thank you.
Are you going to bring the fire up in Maine? I mean, those people are kind of nuts up there.
I love it. I think it's awesome. Yeah,
So
the louder, the better.
there you go.
Scream, the big heads, it's going to be amazing.
So one of the questions, or Danielle had brought up earlier, that everyone has a nickname at Bayside Bowl. If you had to pick your nickname, what's Missy's nickname?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, you're right. Everybody does have a nickname. So I'd be curious to see what they picked for me. Okay. I don't know. Everybody always comments on my smile. So maybe I'll have something to do with that.
Okay.
We're in. Well, that's good. Hey, keep it nice and simple, and we'll get the Missy Park and fat head up in the audience. Everybody has a fat head up there, right, Justin? They all like the big fat heads, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we will be up there. We are going to take our show on the road to Maine. So we will talk to Missy when we get up to Maine, Justin.
Awesome. That's so cool. Well, I'm sure it was late coming on. I apologize, but I'm glad I talked to you guys.
We thank you very much. Stay safe, and we will see you on the lanes hopefully soon.
Yes, thank you. You guys stay safe.
You got it, Missy. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
And there she goes, Justin, Missy Parkin, another legend checking in.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, this is what we do, man.
When greatness shows up, we
make time. We always extend the show for greatness. That's how we roll, Justin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think we had, what do we have? We had 9 on? 8 on.
We had a few. We had both coaches. We had
Both coaches.
I think we had 4 out of the 5 from.
We had Danielle, Dasha, Clara, Missy. So we have 4 from Miami.
And Shannon popped in Phoenix.
Shannon popped in Phoenix.
So it was a good time here. Be sure to tune in on Thursday. I already said all my mumbo jumbo about subscribing and liking the page. So we're just going to wrap this one up. As for now, I'm Justin Bohn, my partner Mike Valenzano, and this is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we're always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. See you guys on Thursday.
Take care, everybody.